Today I'm here with the 1300 GS 2024 and we'll be installing the BT Moto Velocity Stacks today. So let's get started. First step is you're going to unlock the rear passenger seat. After you unlock the rear seat, it pulls up from the rear and you can pull off your seat heater. Connector comes right off. Now you can safely remove the rear seat. Now we can pull up the rider seat. Pulls right out, and also this has a heater as well. Pulls up just like that. Now you can remove this safely. Now that the seats are off, let's go ahead and get the front done. First, what we're gonna do is remove these two T25s right here, and one, oh, it's a lot of light right there. Now, on your bike, you probably don't have T25s. This is an aftermarket system because of the headlight guard the customer has right here. So yours will probably have two push tabs that are plastic. You wanna shoehorn something in there, pull the tab out gently and carefully because you got to reuse it, and it'll pop right out there. It's like a big black piece. You just kind of put a screwdriver in there, turn a little bit sideways, just be careful with it, and then it'll pop out. Now that you've removed those two front bolts, you can now pull from the sides here, and I've already started pulling these to kind of make this easy to show. You can see there's a pull tab here, here, and right there. Just make sure you pull, nothing crazy. This should be able to move, and it pops kind of out. It's a little bit scary, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. You can see once the tabs on both sides are removed, the whole front comes off. Now I'm going to remove this side panel right here, which is one T25 here and another T25 right here. All right, once those bolts are removed, you go ahead and pull this off. There's going to be some tabs and some Velcro, and it comes right off. You can see pull tab there, a little bit of Velcro there, pull tabs everywhere. Just be careful when you pull it off. It should be pretty easy. And while you're pulling bolts off, what I do is I put the fairings away, but I keep them with the bolts of the fairing like right next to each other, just to make sure there's no size changes to different fairings. And of course, pull this side off as well. And don't mind the wiring guy here, guys. This is some Clearwater stuff this guy has on here. We're gonna remove this T25, and that'll remove this panel right here. Now, once you remove those two bolts, this will not come out. You'll have to pull, and then there'll be a couple tabs. Now that we've gotten here, we just need to remove this one T25 down here. And this is going to help us get some more access to the throttle body clamp. Now, if after removing this, you still want a little more room because we have to get to this clamp right here to remove this clamp, basically. It definitely feels kind of tight here. So if you want a little more space, we're going to have to remove the two T25s that hold this on. That exposes this. We'll remove a couple of these. 1, 2, and that should give us enough wiggle room here where it feels at least there's a comfortable margin of error. Okay, all the bolts here, the T25s are exactly the same size. The two come out of this. There's two that come from here, and then there's one up here, and there's one right over here. Now you can see this is nice and loose. Again, don't worry about the guy's Clearwater stuff. And now we have really good eyes on this. On this side of the bike, or I guess we'll call it the brake side, has the brake lever on it. I only removed this bolt because it's angled a little bit differently here, and we already have full access to the clamp right there, what we need to remove. So I didn't remove all the rest of the bolts or the side fairing, just this piece because it's angled completely different. Now we have full access to the intakes here, which we need to get into as well and remove this cover. You can get these covers without removing the centerpiece, but in order to get the space we need, we're gonna have to remove this centerpiece here, which is gonna be a T25 here, here, and move this. There's T25 right there and right there. There's also a bolt up here. It is a T30, remove that as well. There's also one more T25 hiding right here to remove the centerpiece. It's on both sides. One here is one on the other side. Now that all that is removed, this will pick up and click. You should be able to pick it up just like that. There will be a couple pieces attaching it. So there's an outlet right there. We don't have to disconnect this. If you'd like, you can just leave it in there and just kind of orient this in a way you can move it around. That's what I'm gonna do because I don't feel like even detaching this. You don't have to either. You just gotta move it one side or the other when you're working on this side. Move it here, you're working on this side, move it there. So this is the right side of the bike, or what I like to call the brake side of the bike. And just a T25, two bolts, come out really easy. This will reveal the intakes, or the air filters, sorry. They're very long bolts. Once you have them backed out enough, all you have to do is move it just like that, and that reveals one side. This is just one side air filter. You can move the air filter just like this, and that reveals our stack right there. You can do that on both sides. So first thing you have to do is remove this. The easiest way to do it is just cut it right off. I use some tin snips. This is the tool I used here to cut them out. So you can see I cut it out right there. Pops right out. Now we have it open. And now you can see we got the trumpet in there. Let me try to move it with my hand. Got to kind of move it back and forth a little bit. Gently, gently, gently. Now it's out. Now you'll see there's an issue here. I can't get this out. So we will have to cut part of the trumpet here to pull this out. Once you cut it, keep in mind, this is not going to go back in again. You'll have to buy a completely new airbox, so make sure you're 100% sure you want to do this. And once you do, it's final. Okay, so I cut it out by just cutting a little piece of the trumpet off here. Now, keep in mind, when you cut the piece, I cut it one side here and I cut the other side like that. The piece that comes out, make sure you get it, because if it falls down into the engine, that's not going to be good either. So when you cut that little piece out, just make sure you have it in your hand and you can put it back on there, like I see it right here. I can say, okay, that goes on there perfectly. There's no other missing pieces. And you can see right down in the engine right there, that's the throttle body you're seeing. So this whole thing, it actually kind of goes over to that side. It's like a whole shaped thing down here. So there's a lot of places plastic pieces can hide if they shoot off. So just make sure you get them all. Just take your time and do it. Get a flashlight in there if you need to. And now we're gonna put the new stack in. And you can see that's the old stack. This is the new stack. We put them side by side just like this. You can see what a huge size change this is right here. So now that we got this out, you can see there's indentations here. There's gonna be indentations on this as well to fit into the indentations on the rubber on the throttle body. So now we got the new problem here. You put this in, it doesn't fit. So how do you get it in? Well, you just keep pushing. That's all you do. Push, push, and then boom, pops right in. Gotta give it a little force and just be careful. Make sure you kind of prop your arm up on something, because when I first did this and I just pushed one hand down, my hand slid through and then it caught my hand and I started bleeding. So just make sure you're careful. And there's right there. Easy enough. You can flip it around. You can orient it however you want. Right there in the airbox, super easy. Now that we're ready to install here, you can see there's an indentation right there on the rubber and an indentation right there on the rubber. We're gonna line that up with the indentations on the stack. So now that it's in there, this is the orientation you want to see, the bigger side on this and the smaller side on that. And when you run your finger down in here, you should be able to feel there's a wall where the throttle body meets the stack itself. And if there's a gap, you just got to keep pushing down. There's a whole rubber grommet there, you push it around there, and it should end up looking like that, at least on the brake side. Now it's time to install the provided worm clamp. And as you can see, I've got the clamp on here now, but it's not secured. The hardest part is going to be actually mirroring the two sides together, because you got to pull it apart, run it through there, and then pull it out the back. Now, what I did was with some very basic tools. I don't have a very long clamp, or I wanted to use tools that I know people at home have, and not use a super long clamp to go in there and grab it. But if you have one, that's the move, because it's buried deep in there once you push it through here. And I actually ran the clamp through this end of the crescent wrench, and then pulled it through the end of it, and then grabbed it with some clamps, fed it through here, and now I'm rolling it tight. All right, now you can see it's rolled on there nice and tight. You shouldn't be able to jiggle this free with quite a bit of force. It should just stay right in there. So the stack is nice and secure now. We can do this on both sides. All right, on the clutch side of the bike here, you can see the large tab facing right there. There's an indentation on this, let's say the north face of it and the south face of it, if we're looking at this way. The large indentation on the stack will face this way onto this indentation, and the smaller one will face to the bottom of it right here. There's two, so pretend this is 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. That's how I'm orienting this stack. All right, now I've also worm clamped this, so it's nice and sturdy. The hardest part of the stack install is going to be the worm clamps. It's a little bit frustrating. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but if you have the proper tools and you have some patience, it's not a problem. Everything else is very easy. Again, remember not to leave any parts or plastic pieces down in the engine there. Make sure you do a clean sweep of the entire airbox. If you're missing any pieces that you can't identify or they're missing from the stack, like let's say you have the stack here and you're missing this little triangle right here, but you have everything else, make sure you find that little piece. And that's gonna do it. Let's button her back up and give her a start. All right, let's hear how she sounds with the BT Moto Flash. All right, I'm gonna take this thing for a ride and see you guys in the next one.